Morning. So I'm heading over to my neighbor's house this morning to help him out with his 2002 Mitsubishi Galant. I've known this kid since he was in like 3rd or 4th grade. He and my daughter became friends shortly after we moved into this house. Now they're heading into their senior year of high school. So he's bought his first car, so I'm gonna help him out. He's eager to learn. Car needs some work. I picked him up a Haynes manual for his car. Try to get him started with some good information. And yeah, I'm gonna head over there. I think he needs to do the crank position sensor, I think is the first thing we're gonna work on. Car needs a bunch of other things, but that seems to be the #1 issue we need to take care of first. So I'm gonna gather up some stuff. Got my junkyard bag getting put together. I'm gonna go over there, help him out. I think he thinks I'm gonna be doing the work. Caden, you're gonna learn something today. All right, so this is the 2002 Mitsubishi Galant with the 2.4 liter. So we're gonna plug in to the OBD2 port. We're gonna pull the engine codes and see what this thing says is wrong with it. So we got 3 faults. You can scroll through these and see. P0421, write these down or take note of these and we can look up, see exactly what these are. You just grab your phone and make notes on your phone. So it's P0421.
P0421.
P0340. P0335.
P0335.
That's the P0421 again. 340, 335. All right.
Only 3.
Yep, 3 codes. So we can turn the car off. Look those up and we'll figure out what they are. All right, so let's get your wheel lug lock tool thing that was in the glove box.
The lug nut wrench?
Yeah, grab that and we'll bust your lug nuts free on this side before you jack it up. So that's gonna go in your lug nut, but you gotta get the right socket. Bust them loose. Just crack them loose because it's easier now than with it in the air, because then the wheel's just gonna turn in the air, just spin. At least this way you just bust them loose, and then once it's in the air, don't be afraid. No, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Take it off in the air. It's easier now. Turn much, but it was easier. Yeah. Take it. Hey, come on. All right, so all right, so we had the P030 camshaft position sensor, P035 crankshaft position sensor, and your P0421, your oxygen sensor. So you knew about the crankshaft. The guy you bought the car from told you about that one. So we'll do that one first. So that's why we're pulling the wheel off, because that way we can get to the front of the engine, hopefully make it easier to get to the crankshaft position sensor. So I'll just put it around somewhere out of the way.
I'll roll it.
And then put the lug nuts with it, that way you don't lose them. And we'll look at pulling the, getting to the crankshaft position sensor.
Right here.
All right, so we'll look at the crankshaft position sensor in a minute. Let's go ahead and get your intake apart so that we can look at your camshaft position sensor. So grab tools, see what I would say, probably your air box is gonna come out, your intake tube.
Yep.
And then, yeah, so all you should have to do is figure out how to probably take this, open your air box up, take your filter out. There's probably a couple of bolts in there holding this down.
Okay.
Or, probably doesn't even need to go that far. Just take off this hose clamp and that hose clamp, take the hose out.
Just the hose?
Yeah, just take the hose out. That should be all you have to do, because your camshaft position sensor is right here. And then we can look at your water temp sensor also, which is in there too. I'm just concerned that they may not actually be replaced. I want to see all the wiring.
Okay.
Maybe it's just a wiring problem. So, yeah, you can grab a socket in that red bag, find the socket to put on here to take out, to get this intake hose off. And then we'll look at that wiring. All right, so while he takes off that intake hose, I'm going to show you guys the camshaft or the crankshaft sensor. So normally there should be an engine cover down here. So that's why we took this wheel off, to get up in here. Try to get an angle. So there, if I can mount the light, so right there is your crankshaft sensor. As you can see, the lower timing belt cover is gone. Normally you have to pull this pulley, pull the belts off, and then you could take the cover off to get under there. But previous owner never put the lower timing cover back on. So there's the sensor. So he ordered the plate. He was told that the crankshaft plate was bad. I don't know why. Not like a plate is going to go bad. It's there. That's one thing we were concerned about. Maybe it just wasn't there, but it's there. So he has to reorder the sensor. So once he gets that, we'll come back and replace it. We'll get this one pulled out probably before he orders the new one. And then yeah, we'll just have to run the new wire down, and it connects right up on the front of the engine. And then we'll go look at the camshaft position sensor next. All right, so we've gotten the crankshaft position sensor out. O2 sensor is out. Camshaft sensor's out. So all that stuff is ready to be replaced as we get new ones. I'm gonna fix the wiring here that previous owner butchered up for the crankshaft position sensor. Hopefully that's all the issue was, but I doubt it. Could be, but it all checked good. But I'm gonna replace those splices. Getting that crankshaft position sensor out wasn't too bad, just because the lower timing cover was already missing, and I was able to get it out without having to do anything with the timing belt. But so yeah, I'm going to replace those splices and just kind of get that all, hopefully, just more reliable. So I'm at my local pick-a-part looking for some parts for Caden's Galant. Unfortunately, it's been a few weeks we've been messing with this thing, and we really only get 1 day a week, if we're lucky, to mess with this thing. So that crank sensor, cam sensor warnings, the two of them, both of them being on, have really thrown us. We've been looking at wiring, which I have fixed some wiring on that thing, but I'm starting to lean towards a possible ECU issue, and I'm actually thinking it may have jumped timing, which I'm really hoping it didn't, but that's something we're going to investigate. But so I came to the local pick-a-part, see if I could find some parts for his car. This one doesn't have too many in the way of Mitsubishis with the 2.4 liter, but did you know that certain Chrysler vehicles use the same engine? So for example, there is a 2004 Chrysler Sebring that, if I come back up here to the engine and show you, this is the same 2.4 liter 16 valve. And actually, I'm going to grab this ECU and look at it. It's got a Mitsubishi part number. So I'm going to grab this thing. It might be the issue. It might not. Something to try. I'm thinking about, we may have to go computer route, PCM. Don't know if the prior owner, just another kid that was a couple of years older than Caden, just graduated high school. He may have done some tuning to it. If that's the case, then we may have to get a computer or PCM. But that's going to mean, I believe you have to take it to the dealer with the key, and they got to match the key to the PCM. It's a whole fiasco. I'm really hoping that's not the case. But we're going to try the ECU while I'm here. Also, since I'm going to have to pull his pulley to check his timing, and his lower engine cover has left the chat, I'm going to see if I can get him one while I'm here. There's a few other cars laying around. This one, the front tire is still on it. Don't really want to deal with pulling the tire to get to it. May have to. I bought a pulley puller with me, so I can pull the crank pulley. And I'm going to wander around a little bit, see if I can find some other maybe Mitsubishis that already have the wheel off. It's a nice day. It's hot, but nothing else really to do right now. So I'm going to go walk around the junkyard. Back at the pick-a-part, looking for some more parts for Caden's 2002 Galant. Now, the ECU didn't fix our issue. I wasn't so certain that it would, but it was worth a try. But doing some more research, apparently that in 2002, Mitsubishi, I guess they changed the camshaft pickup. They changed the material of it, I guess. And the older sensors won't read the new pickups. The newer sensors will read both the old and the new pickups. So now The previous owner, like I said, was some kid that did some work to the car. So I don't know what he did. I mean, apparently he replaced the cam sensor and the crankshaft pickup and the camshaft position sensor and those things. But did he put in like some generic Chinese piece of crap sensor? So I decided to come to the pickup part and find a camshaft sensor and a pickup, because apparently if the camshaft sensor isn't reading the pickup right, it could trigger both warnings, both a camshaft and a crankshaft sensor. So I came to the pickup part. I found a 2003 Eclipse, the same engine, 2.4 liter. So I'm going to pull the cam sensor and the pickup so that they're basically like a match set. And it should work. So let me flip you around here, show you how easy it is to get to the cam sensor and to get to the pickup. So let me show you. All right, so I've already loosened all this up and took a look at things. So here's the camshaft sensor. So if you're looking at the front of the car, driver's side of the engine, the back of the engine, here's your camshaft sensor. And then under this cover, which is two 10 millimeter and two 12 millimeter bolts, I think it was, this cover pops off. And then, so here's your camshaft pickup. The only thing holding that in is another 12 millimeter bolt right in the center. Pop that out of there. Now we got the pickup. So yeah, I'm going to slap those into Caden's car and see if that fixes our issue. Recording in his garage is a little difficult, and the time of day that we're able to work on his car makes recording there a little bit difficult. The sun's in a bad spot. His garage opens right to the south, so it gets all kinds of daylight in there. It's hot. It's miserable. We just want to get the work done. So trying to record then and there is a little difficult. So I'll fill you in as I can, guys. But yeah, I'm going to take that cam sensor and the pickup, go give those a try and see if that fixes both our cam and crankshaft position sensor warnings. Real quick, guys, have you seen the links below to the MoonBuilt Garage Teespring store? We got the original MoonBuilt Garage logo shirts. Maybe you're a fan of the Dodge D100 shop truck project. We got that shirt. Now that I'm pretty much a professional TIG welder, I got the TIG Torch shirt. Maybe you're more of an old school MIG guy. Got the MIG Torch shirt. Dodge Charger. I got MoonBuilt Garage decals. Guys, these t-shirts, they're not your typical 100% feel like you're wearing a burlap bag t-shirt. These things are next level tri-blend, literally next level, lightweight, super soft and comfortable t-shirts, guys. So check out the links below to the MoonBuilt Garage Teespring store. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you for your continued support.
Still nothing, man.
Still nothing?
Yeah.
All right, so what we did is we replaced that cam sensor and the pickup from a 2003, I think it was, Eclipse. And the pickup was different. You saw that different side, that one side was narrower. So yeah. I think what happened was that your cam sensor that was in here before was just the wrong sensor for this car. Like I said, there was that year change, but we'll keep rescanning it.
It's been on for 5 minutes now.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Good.
This was at 12:06.
Oh, okay. Still no codes,
nope.
Nothing pending. Let's
Oh
rev it up a little bit and see if we can maybe induce a fault. Hopefully not, but at least try it. Bring it to like $3,000 and just let it run there for a little bit. But yeah, I think that pickup, that sensor and pickup were just mismatched. So I think that was causing a cam sensor, which turned, even though it was running fine, it can trip both warnings if one sensor's bad. Yeah, that's what I was reading online, was that if your cam sensor's bad, it can still trip both warnings.
Good.
So, all right, I got them up to 3,000. Let's rescan this. It's not running rich at all. It's not smoking out the garage or anything, which is good. Running really nice. No codes. I'm going to shut it off, and then I'm going to restart it and see if it kicks out any faults after a restart. It shouldn't. I don't think it will. I think we got it fixed.
Oh.
Yeah, the check engine light when you first turn a car on is normal.
I was about to say, my heart sunk.
I know, right?
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ, please.
Just fucking work.
That's just a kick in the balls.
I know.
No, I think we're good. No codes.
Oh my God.
Nothing stored,
We
no
started
pending.
this 3 times now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're really good.
I think we're good.
I think we're good too.
So we can
Oh shit.
button up the front end. We can take a look at it and see, and we can make plans for the next fixes.
All right, sweet.
I think brakes are the next fix. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can't
brakes.
take this anywhere to get it smog or
No.
anything until your brakes are fixed.
Brakes, tail light, those are the
Tail
legal
light's not.
things.
Is your turn your lights on for a second. I'll check.
Yeah,
I think
go
your
on.
lights are working. It's just cracked, right?
I don't think the right one works.
Turn your headlights on. That's your blinker, dude.
Wait, my headlights?
Yeah, turn your headlights on. Yeah, tail light works. Hold on, let me go over there.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and so your tail light works, at least for the headlights. Go ahead and hit your brakes.
My brakes?
Yep. Brakes work. Not your windshield wipers.
I know.
Put your right blinker on. Is your switch wonky?
It might be the stock.
Yeah, I think it's your switch. It's
wait,
working though, so it's just a cracked lens. So your light is fine.
Wait, check it now. I'm holding the stock down.
Yeah, it's working fine.
Okay.
It's just your lens is cracked.
So it's the stock, and it's cracked.
Yeah, so it's just the lens is cracked,
Okay.
but the actual everything else functions properly. There we go, guys. No more check engine light. It was that cam sensor, cam pickup mismatch solved all the issues. That thing runs really nice now. We were chasing our tail on that one for a while, and all because the previous owner, who knows what he did as far as working on that car, mismatch of parts, and it just causes problems. Now, Caden can go get the car smogged legally, unlike whatever the previous owner did. And yeah, so the next step for that thing, we're going to be doing brakes. I also got the lower engine cover, timing cover. I got one of those. So we're going to do the brakes, the lower engine cover, and then eventually we'll do some wiring cleanup. Got some parts for that because some of that under hood wiring is kind of butchered. Want to clean all that up. But brakes are definitely next. Now the check engine light's gone. He can get the car smogged, but I'm not gonna have him drive that thing until the brakes are done. That passenger side front rotor is just chewed up. Driver side looks good, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do a full brake job on the front. Probably look at oil change, coolant, stuff like that. Maybe plugs. We'll see. So next video we'll be doing. It'll definitely be brakes. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next one.